It's time for Can You Guess What I Guessed and Wrote Down? With your host, Clark Grimsdale.
Starring your host, Clark Grimsdale. Thank you so much. I am Clark Grimsdale, and this is Can You Guess What I Guessed and Wrote Down? Of course, you know this is a game show where we have contestants play for prizes featuring a lovely celebrity panel. Before we get into them, can I get my two contestants up here? Give them a round of applause. All right, well, lovely contestants. Starting with the lovely lady in black. Can I get your name and where you're from?
Yeah, I'm Emily and I'm from Niskayuna.
Lovely. How's Niskayuna this time of year?
Oh, it's just lovely, just the same as Schenectady, but a little bit further east.
Beautiful, beautiful. And what about you?
I'm Janet, and I'm her mom.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And nothing like some family rivalry to spark up the show.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
She made me come on.
Okay. Seems a little tense. Well, now let's not waste any more time. We're going to introduce our celebrity panel, starting with you at the end. I think you know a little bit something about being gracious but small.
Yes, I work with an electron microscope, and I'm fascinated by tiny things, and I'm grateful for all the aspects of this amazing universe. You can clap. I like my job.
I love that for you. I love it, and I love that you love it. Next up, we have someone whose specialty I have here is cat-shaped pocket watches.
Yeah, my pockets are full of them.
Okay.
If you're lucky, I might show you one. They fit anywhere a cat fits.
Oh. Okay. And your name?
Janina Janoon.
Janina Janoon. Love that. Thanks for being here, Janina. Really appreciate it. Last but not least, we have the one and only sexy avant-garde.
Plumber!
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, I do a lot of art when I go plumbing.
All right.
I make elaborate decorative arrangements on the walls wherever I plumb.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You take pride in that work?
Yeah, my last name's Plumber, so.
Oh. Is that a coincidence, or is that something that
My whole family's been a plumber. Plumbers, plural. It's avant-garde.
All right. I love that for you. Thank you for being here, Mr. Plumber. All right. So, ladies, you know how to play the game?
Yes. Yeah, we watch it all the time.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go over it just for the folks at
Okay.
home. So this completely original game is hinged on the idea that you're going to make a guess. I'm going to give you a prompt with a blank in it, and you're going to fill in that blank with the thing you think will match with our celebrities. They're going to write something down, and while you're thinking about it, you're going to keep it quiet, keep it to yourself so they don't have any hints, and then you're going to announce it when I direct you. And then we'll see what matches you got on board. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, then let's play. Can you guess what I guessed
And wrote down.
Our first prompt is going to be for you, Janet. I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
All right, real excited to be here. We have Harry. Harry is so hairy.
How hairy is he?
Well, Harry's so hairy that instead of using a comb, he uses a blank.
Should we be writing?
Yes, I'm sorry. Celebrities, I'm going to ask you to write that down so that your answer is locked in before we turn to you. Hey, Emily.
Yeah.
You like the show?
I do. Oh, I love it.
This is our second season, and
Yeah.
the ratings weren't great. So,
Oh.
Can you say the sentence again?
sure. Harry is so hairy. Instead of...
Is he?
Thanks. Instead of a comb, he uses a blank. Oh.
Never let the small things go.
I like that. I like that about you. Oh, we got, looks like Mr. Plummer over here has got his answer locked in, ready to go, very confident. Janet, how you doing over there?
Almost there.
Oh, sorry, I said Janet, not Janine.
It's Janoon.
Janoon. How rude of me.
Okay.
All right, so we start as we always do with our contestant. Janet, Harry is so hairy. Instead of a comb, he uses what?
I said a vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner. Get all that loose hair.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, Janet. We'll see. Now, I would have matched with you, but we have to see if our celebrity panel has matched with you. We're going to start with the man who got it in first, Mr. Plummer.
Alright, well, it's like similar concept, I think, because you kind of like clean it out in a way. It's sort of like an after effect of just having a lot of hair. So I said Drano. Because like it really plumbs it out, like you get hair down there and it's like, as good as a comb.
I'm not going to turn to the judges for that one. We're going to keep that train moving. That is not a match. Janoon,
Yes.
it's time for your answer.
A pocket watch shaped like a comb.
Interesting. Seems like that would be smaller and less useful than a regular comb.
I think it would be lovely, and it could fit in your pocket.
All right. Well, not a match. Got one more chance. Mr. Microscope, what do we got?
You can call me Les. And small things are lovely. Now, by the way, you mentioned vacuum, and that makes me think of my favorite small thing, the water bear or tardigrade. They can survive in a vacuum, and I can tell you all about that after the show. But I didn't guess that. What I wrote was a fleet of nanomachines.
A fleet of nano machines.
Very tiny, microscopic mechanics that would go through the hair.
Janet, you know what a vacuum is. It's a machine. Judges, is that a match? That sound means no. I'm sorry, Janet, that is not a match. But don't worry, you'll have another chance to get a point on the board. Emily, we're moving on to you to defeat your mother. I mean, we didn't talk about that in advance. Your prompt is going to be a little bit different. Brief Brittany is so brief.
How brief is she?
Thank you. Brief Brittany is so brief that instead of an acceptance speech, she gave an acceptance blank. Now, brief, Les would know, means short or small. It's also a kind of underpants. Janet.
Yeah.
Please
Mom.
stop.
No, she's helping me out.
Such a pretty face. She should get her hair out of the way.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh wow, Emily's already got hers locked in. Panelists.
I've seen a lot of these.
Seen a lot of them.
Yeah.
Acceptance. Well, I have no idea what this
Oh,
is.
a lot of this show. I've seen so much. This is my favorite show.
Just all the time.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time for your answer. Brief Brittany is so brief. Instead of an acceptance speech, she gave an acceptance.
An acceptance bow.
An acceptance bow.
She came up to the stage, took a bow, and left.
She said, "Not a word out of my mouth."
No.
We love that. We love that. Les,
Oh,
you got a bow?
I don't have a bow. You could say what I wrote. Yeah, I wrote. She gave a moment.
A moment.
Very short.
A moment.
It could be anything, but
Brief.
smaller, better. Yes, brief.
Ephemeral. A moment. A moment, not a gesture, not a bow. Moving on down to Janoon. What do you got, Janoon?
She gave a second hand talk. As in, it's short, like it's a second, but
Okay.
also it's like a second hand on a watch.
See, that makes it sound like it was someone else's talk that she recycled.
No, a short talk.
A short talk.
But it
Short.
sounds better because that's a phrase that people use.
All right, well, a short talk, not a bow, not a match. Mr. Plummer, are you going to get the first point on the board for us?
I'm afraid I misunderstood the brief, thinking, Brittany was well briefed, meaning she would have an excessive amount to speak about. So I said that Brittany gave a diatribe.
Mr. Plummer, is this going to be an issue moving forward?
No, I promise to listen more carefully and interpret the English as it is said, literally.
All right, Emily, unfortunately that is no points for you, but don't worry, Janet has no points either.
But her answer was a good one.
It was a great answer. Unfortunately, our celebrity panel's just thinking a little outside the box.
This
today.
show doesn't make any sense.
We're going to move on to you, Janet. It's your second chance to get a point on the board. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
No, can you say it with enthusiasm?
Yeah.
Thank you, Janet. Adventurous Adele is so adventurous.
How adventurous is she?
Now, for clarity, adventurous means somebody who tries new things, goes on adventures.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
For her 30th birthday, she climbed blank. Getting a lot of blank looks from the celebrity panel.
What was the name?
Adele.
Thank you.
She was adventurous. Do you want to say anything about the word adventurous before you dive in?
No, not necessarily. I think
Just want to make sure
an
we're clear.
adventurous spirit is an important thing to have, especially when you're making art. So.
Can you repeat the question?
Adventurous Adele is so adventurous.
How adventurous is she? Sorry.
No, that was good. For her 30th birthday, she climbed blank.
Oh, her
And
30th.
Her 30th birthday.
It seems important.
And climbing is when you scale something. So like to with your body move up an object or like landmark or something like that. Janet, you look confused.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you upset about something?
No. It's just this is usually the time when I watch my program, and instead I'm here.
Well, what do you watch? Can I ask?
Well, I love that show, House of Horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, that is my favorite
It's
show.
a good show.
Yeah, I
folks.
love that
It's
show.
a good show.
Yeah.
But we have that time slot on this day, so unfortunately we're on the air.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I know. Isn't that awful?
Yeah.
Janet, thanks.
I'm so sorry.
But you're doing a very good job, though.
Janet, what's your answer about Adele? She's so adventurous. She climbed what?
To the moon?
To the moon.
I don't know.
Climbed. Like a ladder.
But that because she's adventurous.
But she climbed.
Yeah.
Not ascended. Not like through travel, like in a vehicle. She climbed.
Well, what's adventurous about that?
Well, let's see if you've got a match. All
You're
right.
making us look bad.
You know what time it is? It's high Janoon. Hi
Well,
Janoon.
I was wondering if I would get to go first since he went first and he went
Right. We try and be equitable.
first. Okay. I think this is going to be good.
I just got that. Hi,
I
Janu.
said Mount Kilimanjaro,
Kilimanjaro.
and I drew one of my cat-shaped pocket watches.
Oh wait, hold on. Now judges, that pocket watch kind of looks like a moon. Is that a match?
We're going to say yes because we've got to get a point on the board.
Janet, you got a point on the board.
Janet and Janoon!
And Janet,
Make a good team.
Sold out.
Janet didn't even want to be here, and yet she's winning.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say that didn't make any sense, but I like it now.
Mount
Oh.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
I told
Oh.
you the show was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
good.
less
yeah.
talking.
What? I wasn't.
Less. Now you can talk.
Oh, okay. She's adventurous.
Yes.
And in my line of work, I know where the real adventure is. I wrote that she climbed the administrative ladder to get research funding.
Ah.
You know, and with women, there's a glass ceiling and it's dangerous, and you can hit that climbing. So it's
glass
extra.
ceiling?
Extra. It's wrong, and I don't support it, and it's adventurous to break through.
Now is that in your building or?
But that was a metaphor, but we actually do have a glass ceiling in the second observatory, which is not for nanoscale but macro, and we do look at the moon sometimes.
No.
Wow.
I
wow.
take the glass out of my pocket watches for feminism.
So You take the glass out, making the watches more vulnerable to damage.
Well, yeah.
Lovely.
I hope you don't have an aquarium.
All right, that is not a match. We're going to move on now to Mr. Plummer and see if we got something more logical.
Well, I like to think this is much more logical.
All right.
I don't know much about, when you're a 30-year-old and climbing things and whatever, but this seemed like the most romantic things, and I love metal.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just kind of said the Eiffel Tower.
Oh.
Yeah. And the plumbing in this thing is, it's spectacular.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, think about it. They have bathrooms somewhere, and it's in there.
That's what my mother always said. Yeah, bathroom somewhere.
That's what my mother said too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where were you born?
In the UK somewhere.
Oh, that's weird. I also was born in the UK, but
Really?
I was adopted into a family in Springfield, Massachusetts. That's Springfield, Massachusetts. I say that name twice because, ladies, you're planning for an all-expense-paid vacation to Springfield, Massachusetts.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Janet, doesn't that excite you? You're in the lead.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Basketball Hall of Fame, Janet.
We're going to Springfield if we win?
One
I'll
of
take
you
it
will
if
be
you
going
don't-
to Springfield.
So it's one? It's a
One.
trip for one? I gotta go to Springfield by myself?
Yeah, it's a twin hotel room, but it's just the one twin bed. I'm real sorry about that. Budget's been kind of, like I said, they were going to cancel us, and now. But Springfield, come on! Emily, now's your chance to beat your mom and win that prize
Yes.
to Springfield. With this prompt, Lazy Liam, he's so lazy.
How lazy.
How lazy is he?
He's so lazy he uses a blank to do his chores. A blank. What could it be? Janet, what do you usually use to jump into your chores, get you in the mood?
Oh, let's see. I like to put on a little Tony Bennett
Okay.
on the radio. Not the radio, the thing where you go, hey Google, play me some Tony Bennett with that Lady Gaga.
Oh, like a Google Home.
Yeah, you go, hey Google.
Not a sponsor, but we'd love to have you, Google. If you're out there, we love it.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
You know what's interesting? Sometimes when you say "Hey Google,"
Yeah.
and you're broadcasting,
Yeah.
if you say "Hey Google," the little homes will listen and they'll be like, "What?" and then they'll try and answer what the recording says. So like if you said, "Hey Google, can you play Tony Bennett?" Somewhere at home, someone's Google is playing Tony Bennett,
Are you-
interrupting this broadcast.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
No, I'm serious. Sorry, love.
If I say it real loud, maybe every household will play Tony
Wouldn't
Bennett.
that be beautiful?
I think we might get in trouble with legal over this.
Oh, okay. We're gonna move on. It looks like our.
And since I've interrupted, can he write a little larger?
Sure, can you write a little larger?
Actually a lot.
Well, I didn't want to be pretentious or
Actually,
vulgar,
a lot
but
larger.
okay. Sure.
No, it's not pretentious. It's just because we're trying to pick. Never mind.
I'm
Okay,
doing
you're
it over.
great.
I'm doing it over.
You're doing
I'm,
a great
I'm
job.
doing it
I'm
over.
so sorry.
I feel like it
I'm
scared
so
him a little
sorry.
bit.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
You're
Doing it-
trying. You're trying.
Doing it all caps now. Are you happy?
All
Are you happy?
Good.
That should
Caps
you're gonna be double the
That's
size.
clearer. Caps are much clearer.
All right.
Easier to read.
Emily Lazy Liam is so lazy.
How lazy is he?
He uses a blank to do his chores. What is that?
I said he uses a dream to do his chores. I figured he wouldn't actually get up and do it in person. He would just do it in his head when he's sleeping.
Okay.
Very smart.
I do not understand that line of thought, but
Oh.
our celebrities have not been very linear in their connections. So let's see what Mr. Plummer has for us.
Well, try not to be too avant-garde with this one. I took it really literally.
Okay.
We were talking a lot about Google, and that just jogged I was like, robot, obviously.
A robot, obviously.
Well, just good, like,
Oh,
good,
oh, a robot.
Like, obviously.
Obviously. Not a match. Was the dream you were thinking of, did it involve robots?
Yeah, was
Yeah,
that
it did. Yeah.
in the dream?
That
Yeah.
sounds like they're just making it up after the fact.
All right, we're gonna move along to Junine.
This is really weird, but I said a robot cat,
Oh,
which I dreamt about once.
Which for her is like the same thing as just a robot, like a regular robot.
not a dream.
No, but I dreamt a robot
Not
cat.
a dream.
But she dreamt of it.
It would be a
Not
dream.
a dream.
What if I dreamt of the
Not
robot?
a dream. Les, what do you got for us?
Well, written in vulgar large text, if I have to, I wrote a helper ant colony.
Wow,
Oh
that
god, it's huge.
is very big.
Many legs make light work, and they could lift many times each individual body weight. So if you had enough of them, they could carry your car away.
Not a dream. Not a dream.
I dreamed about it.
I had a dream about ants.
Was it a good one?
No,
It's a bad dream.
bad dream.
Oh.
Really sorry, Janine. Sorry to bring that up. All right, Emily, that's not a match. That means-
Can't the judges give her some points because it's such a smart answer?
No, I'm sorry, they can't.
Oh.
Insects are like little robots. They have
Oh, so you're saying that like the three of you match?
If we match, do we get a point?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, I want to go to Springfield. I've never been there.
like bingo!
All right, so you know what that means.
All right.
Janet, we have to play a way we've never played before on How? Nope. Can you guess what I guessed and wrote down? That means that our celebrity panel collectively will come up with one answer. Janet, you will also come up with an answer. And whoever Emily matches gets the trip to Springfield.
Okay.
Can you repeat that?
So Emily, you're going to be our celebrity panel for this.
Okay.
You're going to write down an answer. Your mom is going to try and guess your answer.
Okay.
But at the same time, our celebrity panel will be using their collective knowledge to write down one answer.
Okay.
And if they match you and your mom doesn't, they're going to Springfield!
Oh,
Can we talk?
You can talk, but talk very quietly, because I do not want Emily to hear you
Okay.
and then write down what her mom is going to write down.
Do we know what we're guessing yet?
No, I don't think we've got
Oh,
that.
okay, okay.
But it sounds like you're ready.
Yes.
Janine is ready. Janine, are you writing this down for the group, or are you all...
No, I'm just looking at my board to help me concentrate.
Clark, you just rewrote the show.
I know! Second season, baby!
Right? Oh, God.
So just to be clear,
One more time.
if I win, I got to go to Springfield, Massachusetts.
It is a transferable trip, but it has to be someone with the same first and last name as you.
Janoon.
Janet.
Oh.
Okay.
Kind Kylie is so kind.
How kind is she?
She's so kind that when someone stole her purse, she also gave them blank. What did she give them? Audience, think real hard. What would you bring? Don't say it out loud. They have to do this on their own. I'm sure it's going to be something about cats, or plumbing, or small things. Maybe you'll combine all three. I appreciate you all for not cheating in very elaborate ways.
There's a lot at stake.
There is a lot of
Springfield.
things. There's a trip to Springfield. You three could be sharing a twin bed in Springfield this weekend.
Oh, that sounds so great.
They could upgrade if they like with their own credit card.
Oh, yes. If you.
That's fine.
Oh,
Sometimes they have a cot.
Nope.
Yeah. I'll sleep in the tub, that's fine. I'll do that anyway at home, so it's like...
The first season, where there was somebody who got the cock, and that kind of spoiled it.
it was. There was an infestation.
It was a bit of a
It
mess.
wasn't. It was not bedbugs. So just putting that out there. It was not bedbugs.
Was it drain worms? That's the thing.
Kind Kylie is so kind.
How
kind
is
is
she?
When someone stole her purse, she gave them blank. Now, before you turn your boards around, Emily, I'm going to ask you to go first and announce your answer. Then I'm going to ask your mother and the celebrity panel to reveal their answers at the same time, so there can be no foul play. Emily, what did Kylie give her assailant?
I'm sorry, Mom. This isn't what you thought.
Don't worry about it, sweetie.
Okay. I said her identity
Her identity.
Very smart answer.
Very intelligent. All right, Janet, and it looks like Janoon is going to represent the panel. I want you to turn your answer.
Oops, sorry.
This is unprecedented, folks.
That's just ridiculous.
Sorry about that.
Oh, all right, it's fine. Okay, so I'm going to count down from 3, and on 1, you're going to turn your board around.
1 or after 1?
Well, actually, wait. Why don't you do it between 2 and 1?
After 2, but before 1.
Right. But if I say 1, it doesn't count.
Decimals.
Okay, I'm gonna try.
3, 2, 1! Oh, Janet, I'm sorry. It turned it around too late. I already said 1.
But it's a match. It's a match. Look, a
Which
match.
means our celebrity panel wins a trip to beautiful Springfield, Massachusetts.
Springfield! Oh, I've only dreamed of this.
Wait,
least we
Missouri,
got the screen.
not Missouri?
No,
Springfield,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Yeah. Do you not
It's the
Massachusetts.
home of the Springfield
Yeah.
repeating rifle.
home of the Springfield repeating rifle? That sounds like fun.
There you go.
All right, Emily, Janet,
like fun.
I'm sorry this wasn't your night, but you can always come back in 3 to 7 years.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you, folks, for tuning in to Can You Guess What I Guessed and Wrote Down? We'll be here every 7th Friday. Thanks so much.
Well, there are several problems.
Okay.
There are several. First of all, you rewrote that.
I know, I'm getting bored. I'm getting bored.
You can't, Clark, you can't get bored. It's a show. If we're going to get sponsors, they have to reliably know what we're going to present to them in a reliable way.
We just got Springfield. That's all we got.
I know. And I'm sorry. I called and called and called.
You called Google like I asked?
No, I couldn't get through. Have you ever tried to look up a phone number for Google?
Yeah, you Google it.
It's impossible. No, you don't get. You get. And then they call me and they say they're from Google, but they're not. They're just telemarketers. They're just trying to take my money.
Excuse me,
There's
if you
nothing
say,
to do.
hey Google, what's your phone number? Does that work?
Or just say, hey, Google, sponsor this show.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's a great idea. You know what, Janet? You get the
I
trip to
didn't
Springfield.
try that.
Wait, what?
I mean, that was the best idea.
I
We
didn't-
gotta give it to her.
I didn't try that. I didn't even think to try it. Just hey Google, what's your phone number?
Oh, okay. Do you want to go try that now?
I am so ashamed.
You know what? You have the tools to do better, and that's all we can ask.
Thank you. There is one more issue.
What is that?
She cheated egregiously and obviously in front of the whole studio audience and me and everyone else.
What?
So you're saying that me giving her the prize after the show was over, we should take that back?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
right.
so
We're gonna-
too.
we're
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
take
No,
Yeah.
but then she doesn't want to go to Springfield, so yes, let's give her the prize.
All right. We're giving you the prize.
She has
For
to go to
cheating.
Springfield.
The
Yeah.
punishment should fit the crime.
That's right.
So we're not going.
No, you're not. I mean, you can go. It's very close.
It's not far.
You know what? Let's
about
all
the
go.
car.
I have a station
Yes.
wagon. We can all fit.
Wow.
Beautiful
Yeah.
downtown Springfield.
Yeah.
Even this guy?
Yeah, come
Oh,
on.
come on. You don't
Yeah, no,
No,
I'll pack
don't
some
make-
goldfish
Go
crackers.
ahead.
It'll
I'm-
be great.
Well, I'm going to stay behind.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, I'm
Oh,
good.
no, you're not.
I've been already.
no, you're
You know,
not.
I did the video, the promotional video. Springfield. It's where the springs spring.
You don't like us.
Not all of you. I like you, and I like Janet, because we have a certain understanding about how dumb this show is.
Exactly.
What about Janu?
What about you?
You don't like Janu?
She talks a lot about the cats and the
I'm an
tiny little
expert.
watches. I know, but you could talk about something else. Your answers don't all have to be about cats.
Well, I don't want to go to Springfield with you then. I don't want to go to Springfield with you then.
We are going to Springfield.
I will take Janu to Plymouth. You and I will go to Plymouth, Massachusetts.
All right. Yes, we'll go to
And we will find the
Can
rock.
we take Mr. Plummer with us?
Would you like to go to Plymouth?
Yeah. I haven't seen like any of this country, so
The Plymouth Rock is a very famous thing.
Yeah, I think there's kind of a problematic colonial kind of history there, but let's not get into that right now.
I'm sorry, is the British person talking about problematic colonial?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
All right, well.
Wait a minute, we get stuck with this moron?
What? What? I'm a research technician.
The microscopes or whatever. Pretty sounds like
Everybody's going to Plymouth.
Do you want to go to Plymouth?
Yes!
Maybe we should
Well,
play
she's
another
at the
round.
station wagon.
Well, no, I don't want to go.
Well, if you will accept Janoon as a reasonable and wonderful human being that she is, then we can all go to Plymouth.
Janoon.
Could you two just do a little fist bump? Just a little peacemaking fist bump?
You want that right or
That
left?
feels so good. It feels right. It just
I'm
feels
not good at
right.
this, but
Blessed are the peacemakers.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, that was nice.
that was
Did
fun.
you do that?
We did it.
I was talking to my friends in the audience.
Do you want us to do it again?
Yes. Okay.
That was hard, but
That's so good.
Gentle.
That's good. Oh my God, are we on the air?
Yes.
Oh my God.
What?
Good.
Hey
good,
Google,
Good.
turn off the TV.
Wow. Hey, so I'm walking away now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we've wrapped up the game, so I'm not sure what to. We're gonna play again.
Yes, that's right.
One more time.
Speed round.
I need to
All
get my
right.
word.
I think you should have them all switch places.
We're gonna have them all switch places.
Since you're rewriting, let's go crazy.
All right. So everyone who's sitting, stand. Everyone who's standing,
Sit.
no. I just want you to switch places. So do a little dance. Do 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 do. We don't know the rates to that. Do 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 do. And now you're going to sit in a different seat than you sat in before, or you are going to stand up.
This feels better.
hello.
Hi.
Welcome back to Can You
Guess What I Guessed and Wrote Down?
Playing for nothing, we have Janoon, who's okay, and Mr. Plumber, who I really like. We're going to
Really? Do you?
I'm cooling on you now. We're going to play a speed round because we have time for some reason, because no one told me how long this was supposed to be. Have you ever played a speed round? Emily, you're familiar with the speed round.
I totally am.
So what's going to happen is we are going to do 2 prompts at the same time. And we're looking for an answer that would fit in both.
What's the speed part?
You have to write it down very quickly and use your mind very fast. All right?
Did you say playing for nothing?
Yeah, we don't have a second prize.
Oh my God, that's wrong. I'll be right back.
Should I do the round without you? We're gonna play for a mystery prize that our producer will find in the lobby.
Oh, I left my jacket out there.
Do you
so-
understand the premise of the speed
Here,
round?
it's a stress ball.
Oh, it's a beautiful stress ball,
That's
I've always wanted one of those.
which has a picture of a bucket.
Oh my god, I love buckets!
All
I have a
right.
whole collection of those.
You have a collection
in a
of
curio
buckets?
cabinet.
I'm gonna keep that right here.
You have a collection of buckets?
Yes.
What would you do if a stress ball
No,
got caught in the plumbing?
Oh, I'll have tools for that. There's a suction thing. We can talk about that later, though. It's very graphic.
I'm excited.
All right. So you understand the speed round. I'm gonna say 2 different prompts. They both have a blank in them. We're looking for an answer that would fit into either blank. The 2 of you are trying to match with the celebrity panel. Whoever has the most points at the end wins this.
Where'd it go? Where is it? Did you lose it?
No, somewhere.
Oh my god, it's gone!
We have-
I'll get you another stress
okay.
ball.
Don't step
No,
on
we're gonna
it.
get another one. We're gonna get another
See, I need it! I need it right now!
one.
I'm freaking out!
You can't hold the prize in advance, you might do.
Were there ants?
Were they what?
Ants.
Oh, like collaborating to
Yeah,
move
they
the ball.
can move things.
Oh my god, they took it.
Oh,
They can't, don't tell them they can't always, it's just that you can make one person.
I understand.
I see them.
There's only
One.
one. There's
One.
only one. There's only one stress ball.
There's more.
All right, so your 2 prompts. All right, if you're ready for them.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can ask.
I'm so sorry. I've seen so many of these, but it's leaving my mind. We're trying to find one word that is like associated between those 2 prompts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
With the Venn diagram of the things you could guess would overlap with
Yes.
that phrase or word. That makes sense, right? This isn't confusing, right?
No, let's get on with it.
All right.
Asking the judges.
Jolly Justin is so jolly.
How jolly is he?
You really like that word.
I'm so excited.
When his team lost, he yelled blank. Now don't write anything down because you also have to have a fill-in for this. Flashy Phil is so flashy.
How flashy is he?
He's so flashy he bought the world's most expensive mattress and it's filled with blank. So Jolly Justin, he's so jolly his team lost and he yelled blank. And Flashy Phil is so flashy his mattress is filled with blank. The most expensive mattress in the world. What would Jolly Justin yell? And also Flashy Phil. Phil, oh I didn't think about that. His mattress filled. I feel like there's an obvious answer.
Oh, I got it.
I got it.
All right. Still waiting on Les.
Sorry,
Still waiting on Les.
this is difficult.
Still waiting on Janet.
Yeah, I'm not the only one. I have a feeling you people pick on me because I'm quiet.
Janet's all set. Emily's still working. Les is still working.
Give her time.
She has some really good answers.
Very smart.
Very smart. Very smart. Not to say our panel is not smart.
You know, Les, I have some really small pipes that I would love you to take a look at sometime.
I have little pipettes.
Oh God, I could really like that. Would be huge. I mean, but it would be small, but it would be,
Now,
you know what
I
I'm
get you.
yeah.
I have a question. Are they small enough to use actual, those craft pipe cleaners on? Because I always think those are so small in diameter
Yeah,
for
yeah.
actual pipes.
Yeah, you would think so, but like little things like, you know, that little, like when you get milk out of like an espresso machine, but like one of those automatic ones, you like press the button, you're like, I want a cappuccino, but it's not like a cappuccino, it's just
See,
like milk comes out.
The one
Whatever.
here we say, hey Google, make a cappuccino.
Yeah. Well, they have really small pipes at Google
Oh.
because everybody's just a little robot.
Like a,
What happened to the cappuccino?
What?
I don't know.
All right, it looks like everyone's ready to play. So, we have Jolly Justin is so jolly. When his team lost, he yelled blank. And Flashy Phil is so flashy, he bought the world's most expensive mattress, and it's filled with blank. We're going to start with Janine.
I drew the Venn diagram to help me. But in the middle of the Venn diagram, it's gold.
All right.
Like a
And-
gold watch.
Right, and Mr. Plummer, what do you got?
I said, holes! Because he's jolly and there's holes in the pillow. Or whatever
So
it
the
was.
mattress is filled with holes.
Yep.
I suppose if you think about those foam mattresses, tiny air holes in there.
Yeah, or like, you know, just like rips in the...
That does not sound expensive. Which is sort of the whole thing with
For
flashy,
airflow?
flashy Phil.
Alright.
All right, we're gonna see if we got any matches on the panel. Les, what do you got?
I panicked because I didn't really understand.
Okay.
But something that you would yell that's jolly and something that would be like maybe soft and feel good and would be for, that you couldn't put price on it would be like an expensive kind of.
Oh.
I just put I put Christmas.
Christmas.
You could fill it with I don't know what I mean by that.
Mattress
I
is
think
filled
that-
with Christmas.
Look, I didn't understand. I don't understand how the game I just two different. They're just two different. These questions are very different. There's no crossover. I mean, the Venn diagram doesn't even work. And I knew the inventor. I knew Thomas diagram when he came up with that, and he would not approve. Christmas.
Janet, what do you got for us?
So I wrote It's Down,
Oh!
which some say is the gold of feathers,
I've heard
right?
that.
It's the gold of feathers, right?
Yeah.
Gold of feathers.
Yeah.
Well, if the goose that laid the golden
Yes.
egg had down, then it would probably be gold.
That's what I meant.
Janet and Janoon. Janet and Janoon.
We're not trying to like set up a shipping situation here. We're just trying to see if you want.
Judges?
Yeah, it's a match.
It's a match! Alright, okay, don't get too excited. We got one more guess. We could have a tie.
Ho ho,
And
ho ho, Christmas. It occurred to me.
Yeah, exactly.
let's-
If you're gonna
we
leave,
gotta listen. We gotta save time for our number one fan, and I think her name is Emma.
you got the first half. It's Emily, but
Em.
that's okay.
Okay, we're gonna show what you got. What do you got, Em?
Don't get too excited. He filled it with
Oh,
fun.
that's a brilliant
Fun.
answer.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant answer. She should get points for
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
So
Holes are fun. I'm just saying.
What's
Yeah.
the mattress made of in Springfield?
It's foam.
foam. So fun, Mash? No?
I, really, none of these answers,
They're not singing to you.
no.
So who gets the ball?
I think that they should fight for it.
All right. You heard the man.
It is, after all, a stress ball.
One ball right here. I'm going to count to 37. But I am not going to count in order. When I say 37, you're going to go for the ball. Now, if you would like to come out from behind the podium, I don't want you to damage the podium, and our sitting folks, if you want to stand.
I
so you
have a
don't trip
question.
on the wire.
I have
Yes.
a question. Is this going to be shown to the viewing audience at home in
Yes.
slow motion?
No. Maybe later.
Okay.
Maybe later.
Mr. Plummer.
I got out from behind the podium.
You are rather closer than the other contestants.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What would your mother say? Get back.
1,
Too close.
5, 12, 13, 14,
Wait, so when you get to
19, 22, 28,
What number are we waiting?
25, 12, 30, 31, 32, 33, 5, 36, 37. I had enough for all of you. Thanks for playing. Can you guess what I guessed? And wrote down. That's it. Thank you so much for being here. No, it's done. I think we're done. We're out. We're out.
Are we out?
Are we out?
I think we're out, thank God. Two on the aisle. I'm Martin Friebel, and this is.
It's Jenny Pittsfield, Marvin.
I know your name, Jenny. It's just there's still a lot of baggage, if you know what I mean.
I do.
You see, at one time, Jenny and I were an item, and I'll be honest about it. We were a thing. And we're not anymore, and that's okay because people change and grow.
It's a good thing.
Sure it is.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited about the films we're going to talk about today.
Hey, absolutely, I am too. You know, I noticed on the shot that this tree is actually I'm just gonna get there. Break up with me and put a tree between. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. That's so much better. All right, Jenny, I'm back.
Yeah. So I wanted to share that since you told me I should lighten up a little bit in my.
And I should too. I just realized, folks, I was a little over the top there, and I'm sorry. And something that when we were more of a couple, Jenny was always saying that I interrupted her too much, and I think, by gosh, I just did it again.
Man.
Because that is so obnoxious. It's just a stunningly kind of cliche male toxicity kind of thing. And I'm sorry I did that.
Yeah.
Jenny.
You know what? I was going to preface this, but actually, I'm just going to ask, what is the name of the film that we're about to critique? It's a film that's never actually been made. Anyone?
Between Two Willow Trees.
Of course, the classic Between Two Willow Trees. You know I loved the novel, of course.
By Kathy Moon.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, the great author.
Yeah, I tried to get you to read it and you wouldn't.
What do you mean? I wouldn't read it.
You refused to read it.
I did not. I read it. You left it in the bathroom. You know I have to have something to read in the bathroom. That was very clever of you, actually.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, it's been adapted for the
We
big
can agree
screen.
on that.
Yes, we can. It's a fact.
Oh, gosh.
It's a fact.
Good,
Why don't
we're
you
off to
tell
a
us a
great
little
start.
bit about the famous director who brought this to the screen?
Yes, I will do that. Ralph Waldo Kurasovich, who was whose career was tragically cut short because of a green card issue, which was very sad because he was really, I think, one of the truly original minds of 1980s, 1990s independent cinema.
Right, and as we know, you could not make films without a green card.
No.
At that time.
Well, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, INS is brutal, especially because his penchant for shooting without permits, without making arrangements with the municipal and county and state authorities to get that sort of cinema verite feeling, often using actors who were unaware that they were actors until after the shoot had been completed, at which point he would notify them and ask them to do retakes.
Right. It all makes for a very exciting recipe, and I was at the edge of my seat. I think we should take a look at an early scene where we're introduced to the willow trees.
Yes.
And the
Yes.
people
Yes.
who love them.
Do you see how much we have in common? Because I
Yeah.
love this scene. I love
Yeah.
this scene.
I do too.
Let's roll it.
47 years. That's how long that willow tree's been growing.
That's a long time. It's real big.
Very large. You know, their root systems are very shallow, so you have to be careful not to strike them.
All right, Mr. Peters. I'll be careful.
Shh. You hear that? It was a... No, it couldn't have been.
I heard some rustling. I figured it was them leaves in the willow tree. You think it might be something?
Haunted?
Hey!
Did you hear that?
Hey! Hey, I'm from the Park Service. You can't dig here.
Oh, we're actually... We're
Is that a
reshooting-
camera?
We're reshooting a scene that we did earlier.
This is a movie?
Let's pause it here for 1 second and just examine this, because there are so many things happening here. You know, you have the initial buildup of suspense.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful, isn't
Yeah.
it? And the metaphor running underneath, if you will, of the shallow root system.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
the clueless park employee.
Right, and you think for a second that he's ruining the shot, but
But then, the plot,
Let's,
the proverbial plot thickens.
let's hit play.
We're willow whisperers.
Yes. We whisper to the willows.
And they whisper back.
Hey, this is Barney. We have a 317.
No, wait,
yeah,
come
you-
back.
I'll be
Yeah,
I'll
come
be back.
No, he's a 317.
You think we should go? Stay.
We'll stay. We'll stick this out. Like we always do, Jin.
Mr. Peter, do you think it's gonna talk again?
You have to be patient, Jin. You have to be patient.
I'll keep tickling its roots.
And let's pause right there. You know, you think this is going to be about the trees, right?
Well, you do.
But-
I mean, the title,
Right.
the novel.
Yes.
There's so many things would indicate that it will be majorly about
Right.
the trees.
But once that 317 got called in,
That
This-
changed the plan.
yeah, this became a tale about bureaucracy.
And little did these unintentional actors know, their entire lives were about to
Yeah,
change.
they were actually going to be sued by the park department
Yes.
and have to defend themselves in court.
Yes,
And
civil and criminal.
That's right. And I think we should just move forward to the first day.
It's actually a good thing because this particular copy, there's some erosion of the film, so we kind of have to
Yeah.
move forward.
Do we?
Well, it's all we have. Well, I can show you what we mean. Let's just try to go a little forward, and you'll see that the film is really badly damaged.
Yes, let's take a look.
We'll try going forward. So let's go to scene 3,
Yep. Let's,
where the park employee brought, of course, reinforcements.
So it's like you gotta have permits.
Gotta have permits.
Yeah, and you have to leave the area the way you found it.
Leave the area the way you found it.
Right, but I didn't know.
You don't get it. The trees are talking. They're actually talking.
317.
Yeah, that's a 317.
But we're also we didn't start out as part of this. You know, like they brought us in.
Right.
The trees.
No, well, yeah. Yeah, it's complicated.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
There's larger powers at work.
There was a green card issue, but it's like green in like multiple ways.
I'm just going to pause it there. That is prophetic. Nobody knew that was going to be an issue for real in this director's career.
Isn't that incredible?
And yet this actor just blurted that out. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, maybe, gosh, they were willow whisperers, weren't they? In a sense.
In innocence or in...
In a sense.
Do you remember how innocent you were
Let's hit play on the
when
scene.
we first met?
And I'm sorry about doing the voice earlier. That's not my real voice. It was the character that I was playing.
Do you hear other voices? Is there something we should tell them when they get here?
Who?
The trees.
Yeah, the trees are coming. It's good.
Am I to understand that the trees are giving you immigration advice?
Well, it's more complicated than that.
I'm not an officer of the law, I'm just Park Service, but I can only tell you that having that thing running and recording is not going to help you later.
But you are taking the test at the end of this month, right? To become a proper officer, right? He's taking the test.
Yeah, I've taken it a few times. I mean, I love this
He's
place,
taking it again.
but
Yeah.
I mean, like, I want to be able to have handcuffs.
You're very reassuring.
Well, thank you.
But I also, I feel that you're an authority, which is good. Except when I ignored the 317.
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't ignore 317. Really,
No.
it's
That's disorderly with possible substance abuse.
Oh, we weren't abusing.
No, we weren't abusing nothing. The trees just told us about your desire to abuse power.
The commitment on the part of these two
Yeah.
actors just absolutely, I mean, it gives me chills. It really does.
You know what gives me chills, Marvin? Is that this sparked activism around training park rangers to be mental health professionals. Really, they need to intervene.
Well, you think
really
about
understand
all the
what's
people
happening.
and all the situations that they blunder into.
That's
just
right.
checking fishing licenses
Yes,
and telling
exactly.
people where the transfer station
Yeah,
is.
and you know, the whole city feels safer.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah,
I feel safer.
yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
And interesting detail, the two of them got married.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that
I had hoped
Yeah.
for us
Yeah.
would be a thing.
No, that's not going to happen.
I know.
I would still like to get to some of that courtroom drama.
Yes,
That we were looking
yes,
forward to.
we should go to the third reel, because
yeah.
really, one of the things about Kurosevic's method is that he was, I'd have to say, a weaker editor. Because he was really in love with every bit of footage. It was the original was 16 hours long.
Right.
And we can't do that on
No.
a television program.
I can do it on a long weekend
Would you?
with a good film.
With
Yeah.
someone?
No, just me
Okay.
and the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right, let's move on
Torture
to the
me.
courtroom.
I'll never let you go. Not in my heart.
Order! I will demand order in this court of law!
I'm sorry for the outburst.
Please advise you're representing each other. Can they
They said we could. I don't know.
your respective clients should know it does not help your case to plead being pawns of the greenery.
I feel like that's what we discussed.
I'm sorry, excuse me, did you say pawns of the greenery?
That is what they submitted as their defense. They are pawns of the greenery. Reading back to what the notes we took earlier, the trees assure them of the purpose and plan.
We still believe we'll get through this.
And that to me is modern civilization.
Yeah. Yeah.
We still believe we'll get through
Yeah,
this.
it's just that dumb hope, isn't it?
Yep, just
Yep.
blind faith in really nothing. And a tragic detail is that before he was deported, The Pawns of the Greenery was in the works, the sequel.
Of course. What a shame.
Because it was just a line that was blurted, but this brilliant director saw the possibility for the continuation of this tragic, tragic story. Nobody could have predicted what occurred in that courtroom only moments later.
Look, Your Honor, have you ever stood between two willows?
I might have. I don't know. Trees are trees. They're pretty and all,
I
but
think you'd know if you'd stood next to the willows. If there were two of them on either side of you and you stood in between them. Because you can hear them. You can hear them talking and whispering.
The fact that that court reporter was in fact a planted interpretive dancer is one of the most chilling and beautiful moments in modern cinema as far as I am concerned.
You know, I once watched this while very, very high, and
Not huge.
No, it's true. And I just watched The Stenographer, and it was spectacular.
How
The
could you watch anything
dance
else?
of The Stenographer.
So as the speech progressed,
Yes.
you're leaving the keyboard. It still gives me chills.
Yeah.
But we're interrupting. We should.
Right. Let's see some more.
Every nook, every cranny in this room is made up of wood. I mean, if you think about it, the framing of this entire building,
Miss Sienkiewicz.
everything we've known,
Miss
everything
Sienkiewicz, you.
that we've existed within as far as a building can be,
Order.
it's all willows! It's all dead! It's all cut down like man has been cut down for so many years!
Jim!
No, I can't take it anymore, Mr. Peters!
Jim, the man is banging his hammer. We have to stop.
No! He's banging wood! He's banging a willow!
He's what?
He's banging. Don't make me say it again.
Banging the willow.
Bang it.
I get it now. I never wanted to be a judge. I never wanted to go to law school. I wanted to do guerrilla theater, and we'll just take this one more. Let's call this a recess. It's not like this is being recorded and people are going to see it. I'm going to take all these clothes off.
Yes!
Wait, I am free!
Wait, I want to do it.
I am free! This robe and these pants and these legal briefs! Legal briefs! I am free! I am free!
Yeah.
Case dismissed! Take me to the trees.
And that is the brilliant.
Conclusion.
It is.
Unfortunately, they ran out of film
I
before
get
the state
chills,
police
yeah.
got there.
But in the end, trees and nudity and dance triumphed.
Yes,
And isn't that what life is about?
as far as I'm concerned, it is.
Yeah.
And occasional drugs.
Well, this movie is really enhanced
Much better.
by
Well,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
When you're, that's right.
yeah.
A brilliant, brilliant effort. Well, I guess it's time for us to render our judgment
Yep. Well,
of between the two willows. Is this one of those times? Yes, when
Two
we
thumbs up, two
agree, Jenny.
thumbs up.
How about that?
That's incredible.
That's wonderful. Well, our next film, a strikingly different effort. Of course, how could it not be strikingly different? Many people may have read the advance copy of tonight's program, so you could go ahead and throw that title out because we know you're waiting to see our review of this film.
What the librarian knew.
What the Librarian Knew.
Indeed.
A gritty thriller set in a small town in northern Pennsylvania, north of Scranton,
Right.
south of the border between New York and Pennsylvania, in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
You'd have to take 84.
No,
Yes.
81.
81.
81. 84 is Connecticut.
Right,
No,
right.
81 goes down Canada all the way down. It goes through
Sure,
Syracuse,
sure.
goes through Binghamton
Yeah.
and on
Okay,
down.
thank you.
Right. The Susquehanna River kind of goes back and forth across the border of New York. Sometimes it's actually going north, and then of course it ends up the Chesapeake Bay.
Bring it back.
Right. The movie.
Yeah.
What the Librarian
What the librarian knew.
Knew.
Let's just take a look.
You want to look at this scene with remarkably little dialogue and just small motions between three people in a small town library and think about the building of tension and the sense of something wrong. Something wrong.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that feeling.
Jenny,
Just, I mean,
What did I ever do?
in terms of the
What
film,
did I
let's,
ever? What did
let's, I'm gonna
I
press
gave
play.
them everything, Jen. The minor irritations. Character details.
Before I saw this film, I had no idea the deep frustration that librarians experience.
Can you imagine?
It's,
Can you imagine?
it feels like a public health crisis almost.
They're stuck there.
Very little power.
Most of those libraries don't have the ventilation that we have here.
Right.
Oh, and there.
There's also a lot of mold, of course, in
Oh,
libraries.
terrible
yeah.
amount, yes. And silverfish.
Yes.
That's why if you see a house centipede, don't kill it.
Why is that?
They eat silverfish.
Oh.
Sorry.
I want to point out the irony of the librarian being shushed.
Yes.
Which really sets a tone
Yes.
for the whole rest
Yes.
of the film.
Yes.
The indignity, you know?
And now the only sentence in the entire scene.
Page 300 is missing.
And they just go back to their activities. As though nothing was said.
Incredible.
After that slow fade out, of course we have that. I love this. I love that they do the classic newspaper splash, right, with the stunning trumpets, blah, kind of sound, right, and the words murder in the library.
Local librarian charged with murder. Get your papers here. Local librarian charged with murder. Court case happening this Wednesday.
That movie time. Court case is happening this Wednesday.
Welcome to the library.
I was told there would be a woman at the desk.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's been an incident. It's actually my first day. They told me the front desk would be the easiest since I'm usually here on Wednesdays.
I see. I trust you were appraised of the arrangement that I had.
Oh, right. It's this one?
The one with the missing page, yes.
It's 300. That's missing.
That's perfect, yes, sir.
It still works as a book without it.
Still works as a book. And for you,
I did not forget you. They have The Wind in the Willows overdue.
Oh.
I have Water Shut Down overdue. I have 50 Shades of Grey, which was quite titillating, but overdue. You'll see my fee, my late fee has been inserted. It's a pleasure doing business. Tell your colleague when she is back, the plan's going to accelerate to phase 2. It works as a book.
I was thinking Jimmy Stewart in Rear Window. I think the innocence, the sort of cluelessness of this everyman character caught up in this web of espionage, deceit, murder, money laundering, all of it expressed through children's books, with one sort of softcore disaster.
Right. You know, one of my favorite tropes is a clueless librarian matched with a Russian mobster. So this just checked all the boxes for me.
Yeah, it's a classic movie trope, as you say, and yet freshly presented here.
Yeah, especially with the Watership Down themes that started to come out.
Some people say Bogart in the bookstore with the woman with the glasses, but that's not the same thing.
No,
not at all.
No.
They went to a back room with Rye to have sex. This is not that.
No, this is not that. This hapless substitute librarian has no sex in this movie. However, he does begin to see this plot unfold. And we're gonna...
Starts to grasp.
Yeah, he starts something, right?
Dimly realize.
It's difficult, but...
Something is going on.
Mm-hmm. He starts to reread Watership Down.
He's not playing a bright man.
No.
In fact, rather a dull man.
But a hero.
Who thinks he's bright.
In the end. And I'd like to just skip forward to when he starts to really put the pieces together.
Yes, the discovery scene.
Yes, and he goes to see the disgraced librarian in jail.
Here, I'll grab a chair. You can sit down. So,
Can you hear me through this? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. If you could speak up a little louder, that'd be
Neither
helpful.
of them realize about the telephone headsets.
You're not going to believe this. The funniest thing happened to me. I was saying a funny thing happened at the library. I'm at the front desk where you were. You know, your assignment at the front desk.
Yeah. Finally, she sees the phone, which is a brilliant little detail, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. The front desk. On Wednesday, I was at the front desk, and this guy came up, and he... Are you calling someone?
No. We have phones. Yeah.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, my
Hi.
Well, I was telling...
Much better.
Yeah, I was...
You don't have to shout now.
Oh, okay. I was telling you a funny story, but not ha-ha funny, but more like odd. A man came in on Wednesday, and he returned 3 books.
Don't tell me. Something about willows.
Between 2 willows.
Between 2 willows, Watership Down,
Yeah.
and 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, how did you know?
What did you tell him?
I gave him the book that's missing page 300.
But you didn't give him page 300, did you?
Did you? I don't know where 300 is. But I opened 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, God.
And there was $1,000 in the card envelope. I don't know what it's called. I just started.
Yes, it's called a card envelope.
Well, at least I got that right. But don't you think that's odd?
Yeah, well, listen, there's much more going on here than you know. It's James, right?
Yeah.
James, you're caught up in a web of lies. I'm sorry this has happened to you. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wait, but Miss Smith, what do you mean?
Oh, call me Priscilla.
Priscilla?
Yes.
What do you mean? A web of what?
He was trying to buy page 300 from you. Whatever you do, don't let him get page 300.
What's on page 300?
I can't tell you that.
Sorry, folks, time's up.
Oh, I guess I have to go.
James, there's something I need to tell you.
What is that?
I've been in love with you since the moment you stepped foot in the library.
I know how that feels.
Hello? Hello?
I think they disconnected the phone.
Oh. Did you hear the last thing I said?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know how that feels too.
Thank you, Miss Smith.
Remember page 300. Whatever you do, don't let him get it.
Nice to see you too.
Don't let him get it.
And now that classic montage with the Dutch angles and the blinking hotel signs and the people glaring and looking at him suspiciously as he moves from place to place in an oddly urban landscape, given that we started in a small town. I could never understand that part. But there he is, trying to eat his dinner in a diner, and people stare at him, and he's walking down the street in the rain, and people are all aware of him. None of them subtle about it whatsoever. Clocks become human. Things happen. He's ever more panicked.
I'm the color of Watership Down.
Until finally he collapses under a willow tree.
And that's the moment of realization. And then he has this incredible monologue.
Yes. Many paragraphs. I still laugh when I think of it.
My mother always told me Russians were bad people. But I never met a Russian till Wednesday. All right, he had weird taste in books, but seemed like a pretty okay fellow. 300. That's a page I won't forget. What would he want with page 300? It couldn't have had any important plot points on it, or I wouldn't have understood the rest of the book. I feel like I'm never alone anymore. There's always coughing, sneezing, breathing. Ever since that Wednesday when I started working at the library, everything's changed.
I've not long for this world, Fred.
Russian!
Take this and beware. Beware the coughing man.
It says juicy, fashionable toothpaste. I understand now. Thank you, friend. You are not bad like my mother said, though many of your kind might be. I just don't really know. I must find the toothpaste and bring it to jail. It's the only way out!
And he did. He did, didn't he? He brought that toothpaste.
He brought
to
that
jail.
toothpaste to jail, right back to that visiting, and
Yeah.
the scene where he's trying to pass it through the glass is one of the great tragicomic moments in modern
Yeah.
cinema.
When he takes it out of the hiding place he's been keeping it in.
So he came to visit you?
Yes, and he gave me a note.
Don't tell me. Juicy, fashionable toothpaste.
How? Of course, you knew you were in on it, weren't you?
This is good. This is good news, James.
We don't know where 300 is.
It's all there, in the note.
No?
Yes.
But what about the toothpaste?
You'd use the toothpaste. You rub it on the note.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm gonna put the phone down.
Okay.
I have to take my shoe off to get the toothpaste out.
I can't believe they let you bring that in here.
Detail.
Did you say something?
Nothing. Pass it to me.
All right. The toothpaste first?
Everything.
Do you want the toothpaste on the note or separately?
Just separately.
Oh.
Pass them both to me.
Here's the note.
The two of them together don't even add up to the IQ of a normal.
No.
It's not going through.
It's not going, James.
I don't
It's
understand.
not coming.
Just make
Help!
Help! Help!
It won't go through!
The fate of the free world!
What? I can't hear you!
And the fate of the free world rests on us!
Wait! What if I put the toothpaste on the note and then show you the note?
Okay.
I'm gonna put the phone down now.
It's crazy, but it just might work.
What?
I said it's crazy, but it just might work.
Okay. I'm gonna do it now.
Okay.
So stop talking unless you need to say something.
Okay. What is he? What is it? James. James. James! James!
And the spinning close-up of the coughing man superimposed over the poor woman trying to beat her way through the glass.
Spinning close-up. I'm sorry I came twirling at you.
It's okay. I understand. But you're alive.
That was my twin brother, Alexei.
Interesting continuity error. Now the phones are totally unnecessary.
So do you have it?
And yet in this next shot, watch the phones reappear.
Yes, I have it, but Alexei is dead. I don't see how we can keep your friend alive.
And now they disappear?
You must keep my friend alive. You must.
What?
I said you must keep my friend alive. He's more than a friend
And
to me.
they reappear again. And most people never catch this kind of thing.
He's more than a friend to me. He's my lover. He doesn't know it yet, but he is. And he means everything to me, and I would risk the fate of the free world just to be with him again. We need that page.
All right, I went into the library and took it. I have to get out of town. But you tell him to look for the green striped zebra, and that's where he'll find the page.
What?
The green striped zebra.
The
green striped zebra!
green stripe.
The horse?
Yeah.
Like a horse?
Okay.
And it's got like the stripes, like the bars, the stripes.
Oh, okay.
And it's from Africa, which is it's the dark continent. It's just the big thing where it's like got everything with Egypt and the jungle.
Let's pause this right
Yes.
here. This is where things lost the plot for me a little
Well,
bit.
this is actually... go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Well, this was a very indirect product placement for a fruit gum that was popular at that time.
Right, of course. And you can tell it's forced.
It is.
Right?
It doesn't really have the same organic freedom that the rest of the film has.
Right. And this is where I started to wonder how they were gonna, bring it all together.
Right.
And I don't think we need to see all of that. I think I'd like to just...
You want to move ahead?
I would. Now, you really enjoyed the climax of this film.
Well, the tramp steamer was brilliant.
Oh.
Especially since, because of the budgetary restrictions, they had to use the Staten Island Ferry. Even that, at that point it was 10 cents one way. That was a lot of money
Yeah.
that they had to spend.
It's a librarian's whole day.
Yeah.
Hey. Sorry, you might not have heard me. I said 300.
You like my brooch? It's a striped zebra.
Right. I don't have the original. I only have a copy.
Which edition?
I'm not sure. I didn't know it mattered. It was the one that was torn from the copy that was at the library.
Aren't you a librarian?
I'm just a substitute.
Well, editions are everything.
I can show you the copy, but it's just the one side. I hope that's all right. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense narratively.
It doesn't matter about the narrative so long as it's the right edition. And it is the right edition.
All right, well.
5th edition.
Okay.
To be exact.
Oh.
Published in 1973 by Penguin Press.
All right, well, it's over then. You've got 300.
And now the arrival of the faceless accomplices.
We have 300. And now we don't need you.
What? the coughing. It was you. Everywhere I went.
I killed my own twin brother to get you to track down my fellow agent. He did the work.
But what about Miss Smith? She's the one who told me about the All right. Don't do anything hasty.
I feel guilty shooting you.
Wait!
It's really weird that I would do that.
Wait.
But I'm waiting.
I have something that you might want.
Is it?
The backside. 301.
You bastard.
The sentence isn't complete at the end of the page, so I knew you'd need both sides.
It's only complete in the true 6th edition. God damn it, I knew we needed the 6th one, not the 5th.
You're always writing me! You know, I never needed a partner.
Ivanovich, ever since we left.
No! Oh, the gun! No! Please!
You're going down for this.
Splash!
You don't have the guts to shoot me.
I do!
Little library man.
I do! I may be. Miss Smith!
Yes, put the gun down, James.
Wait, but you told me about the zebra.
Yes.
You got me here.
Yes, and you did it. You did everything.
But now I'm trapped.
It's okay, James. You don't want to be a murderer, do you?
No.
That's what it said.
You don't want to kill anyone.
That's what it said on 301. That it has to end.
Yes, it does, James. But not like this. Oh!
She loved you. I know you didn't know it, but you were her lover.
Priscilla! Priscilla, I'm so sorry!
Did you shoot me?
What happens now?
You have the gun, you tell me.
I did what the book said!
What did it say? I never got to read it! Oh!
James. James, I have a confession to make.
What is it,
Oh, right in the good lung.
Lozenge for you. I'm so sorry.
James, don't ever let anybody tear a page out of a book. It's against every rule of the library. It's against your code. As a librarian, promise me you'll guard those books and never let anybody tear a page out or deface them in any way.
I promise.
And you'll shush all the sounds.
Yes.
And you'll charge over late fees.
And then the slow dissolve to the life preserver marked Dewey Decimal floating on the water.
It's incredible.
I never knew. Did she live? Did she die?
I don't think we get to know that.
We don't get to know.
No. What we get to know is that just the way a boy becomes a man, a substitute can become a librarian.
Or two estranged lovers can become once again united in bliss.
That doesn't happen.
No. No. Well, it's time. Could we possibly be in accord twice in a row?
I think so. It's thumbs up for me, Marvin.
God, I love you. I love you.
Okay. All right.
I can't stand it. I love you.
Okay.
I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't help myself.
I'm gonna eject the DVD.
This has been Two on the Aisle, and we thank you very much for joining us. And we're delighted. We have a very short interview.
Yes, we do.
With the actual cast. We caught them up, 23 years after the final scene was filmed. We only had time for a couple of questions, but it was wonderful to catch up with them.
It was.
Yeah.
I need a chair. No, thank you.
There they are. So, hey, hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Really wonderful. This was an unusually developed script, wasn't it? I understand you had a lot to do with the development.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All of you, all four of you, but you, yes.
I couldn't read at the time, so most of my work was verbal.
yes.
Interesting.
The original script was a little sketchy, you know, and so the director gave us a great license to improvise as we went along. You could probably say that no one knew what was going to happen next from moment to moment.
Well, this is the thing, because it was based on a little pulp novel that was your basic, cut and paste murder mystery set in a library in a small town in Pennsylvania, and yet the movie had nothing to do with that by the third reel.
Very little, yes.
I never knew my lines because I couldn't read.
Right, you mentioned that.
We had to say them to him and
But-
repeatedly.
But then you would change what you would say, and that was very confusing.
I had the luxury, and I don't really have the accent. It kind of makes people
Brilliant.
Yeah,
No, that's wonderful. You're not Russian.
I had the benefit of practicing my lines with the wonderful actor who played my twin brother.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you could have fooled me.
No, I mean,
No, they didn't think of that, and they probably could have.
well, they couldn't have done it because the character of me as the one brother and the brother who coughs, neither of us were in the same scene at the same time, so we were never. Those characters weren't meant to be on location, so there was no way that they could have made that work, as far as I can figure out. It's logic.
Right.
If you look carefully, when you watch the film, you see that his twin brother actually had a mustache at the time, and so many of the scenes that he has it covered up by something. Or
That's why he
another.
spent so much time like this.
Yes, or a book or something like that. I suppose he could have just shaved it, but I guess we didn't think of that at the time. So it doesn't seem like that would really work.
So with limited time, maybe we could just get a quick look at their lives today.
I'm a plumber.
I read now.
I am a lobbyist for tobacco.
I give tours of my mansion in Hollywood to my fans who congregate at the end of the driveway by the gate. $7.50 to see the whole thing. $2 extra for the swimming pool.
Really?
Yes.
And people actually know who you are and congregate at the bottom of your driveway.
Oh yes, I have a very small but vocal following. They're quite devoted.
I took it once.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Did you have to pay?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Even though he was in the
Yes.
film?
Yes. Yes.
Well, the house isn't related to the film.
Yes.
Many couches. Lovely.
You have a lot of couches.
Oh yes, yes. Oh, if those couches could talk.
What would they say?
Oh, you know, all sorts of things, all sorts of scandalous things
Oh.
about this swarthy man who joined me in my living room and boudoir.
Oh.
Scandalous.
Really?
Yes, that's what they would say.
Wow.
You never know, do you?
You heard it here.
Well, we thank you all
Thank you so much.
for joining us here at WOUU Studios. It's really quite an honor that you've traveled here to Schenectady to be part of this evening.
Absolutely.
And
Do we just pick up our checks on the way out?
we usually mail them.
Oh, okay.
in-
Oh, I don't have it. Like a permanent address right now.
Yeah.
If you write his check to me, I'll cash it for
I'll
you.
go to the. I'll open the business office. We'll. Sure, on the way out. That's right. Good.
We're going to Springfield later if you'd like to join us.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Oh, the Basketball Hall of Fame! How exciting!
Oh my goodness.
And thank you. And thank you. That's going to wrap it up for tonight, folks. Thank you very much. Robert Bucket Company and the wonderful leading up here, enlightening people and all those other folks. We thank you all for being part of this ongoing experiment. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
All right then.